Hey everybody, it's Kim Dahnke, the Shibboleth new member fast track instructor. I hope that you've had a great and wonderful and perfect day. I've had a perfect day today. If you are on Facebook, please take a second to say hello, give us a few hearts and interactions, hit that share button. Hey Chris, glad you're here. If you are in the Zoom room, please set your chat to everyone and then say hello. Hey Melissa, hey Amanda. Glad y'all are here with us tonight. Let's see. Glad y'all are here. That's awesome. Hey, Sally. Glad that you're back with us too. That's wonderful. Well, tonight we're going to be going over freebies, extras, snacks, meal replacements, and all of those things are really kind of void replacements. We're going to be talking about all of that. Hey, Pamela. And just want to remind you that we are making a change to Fast Track. So Fast Track is, instead of being live every single night, it is going to be the pre-recorded series that people can work through on their own time. And Travis is going to be doing more nutrition classes throughout the day. If you happen to not be able to attend one of his like midday nutrition classes, I find that my favorite thing on Facebook is the save video button. Save video button. Let's see, Patricia, NSV, I have not eaten the cookies my daughter brought home. Yes, yes, Diane, I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's going to be the pre-recorded series, but Travis is going to be doing more nutrition teaching during the week, which is really great. I love it. So I'm doing class tonight. I'll be doing class tomorrow night. I already had Travis lined up to teach class for me on Saturday night because I'm going to a football game out in Bowden, Georgia. My daughter's the color guard director out there, and I wanted to see the last game that I could possibly see her girls do their performance because I haven't seen that yet. So I lined Travis up. Well, then when we came up with this new plan, it worked out. I said, oh my goodness, that's really funny that you are the one ending the fast track. And he'll be doing more live videos. So I thank you all for being with us every single night. I will still be doing the Shibby show, and I will still be doing the Saturday online accountability meeting, and all of fast track will still be there. It just won't be live every single night. If you do not have a membership yet, please, please, please get a membership. I mean, for $50, you get a year membership at shibbolethdeals.com. shibbolethdeals.com. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to pop over into Fast Track. You'll be in Villa Rica. Oh my goodness. Wow. You're traveling a long way this weekend too. NSV down to 1 injection per day. Okay, that is amazing too. Wow. Oh my goodness. Praise the Lord, Chris. That is amazing. Awesome. That is, man, that's the kind of thing we love to hear. So love it. Okay, so tonight we're doing lap 5. And really this whole week is about, thank you, Diane. This whole week is really about showing you the different things that you can eat, because lap 3 was about the food library. Lap 4 is about the recipe library. Lap 5 is about all those little fun things that we just like to have in life, but we need ones that are going to help us, not hurt us. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Lap 6 is going to be restaurants, guide, and wow challenges. And then lap 7, we're going to build we're going to use the meal plan generator. So this whole fast track is all about finding what to eat. And I hope y'all are writing things down that you like to eat. Out of the 5 things that we do on every perfect day in a month, only one of them has to do with what we eat. But because that is a pretty important thing, there's a lot to cover. And I hope that you know that you can come back to all the things that we've gone over in Fast Track. You come back to these things, and then you find something new the next week, and then you find something new the next week. This is a nutritional adventure, and you need to explore the website regularly to find some new things and get excited about it. Don't let the feeling of needing to be comfortable and not wanting to make a change keep you in the same situation that you are currently in. Okay, so I like to switch around the way that I do this. We're going to talk about freebies real quick. I'm going to hit this void replacements at the end. But in lap 3, remember when I showed you this worksheet and I want y'all to fill it out? How many have filled out this worksheet this week? I would love to know that. How many filled out this worksheet? But we didn't go over freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. But I do want you to come up with 7 freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements that you like. And so if I call out things tonight that you like, please be writing them down, even if it's not on this worksheet. Okay, so let's look at freebies. Freebies are just that. You can eat these items freely whenever you are hungry throughout the day. Most of your whole food category 2 vegetables are freebies. Check the list and our recipe library. Now, what I want you to know about that is I don't like to consider this, ooh, I can eat this as much as I want. I still want people to consider freebies as I eat them if I need them, but I don't use them just to give me something to do. Okay. Yes, Pamela, feel free to hang out tonight because you'll learn a lot. But what you really want to do is you want to go to lap 1 and you want to just methodically work your way through the little organized system. And as you can see, when I hover the mouse over each action item, a black box pops up. That black box is the specific instructions about why you're doing that task. And if there's anything special that might could help you do that. Diane, I love it. Diane had a freebie, sugar-free Jell-O instead of the cookies that her daughter brought home. Yes, it's learning those kind of things that will help you, not hurt you. And then in lap 2, Pamela, you'll want to just get your account all set up. This is just helping you get your account set up in the way that it's going to help you the best. And then right here where it says watch the daily fast track webinars, I have 7 webinars here, the Sunday night, Monday night, and so forth. Pamela, right here, this Sunday night overview is where you want to start. And then right there. But if you'll just work your way methodically through that, all of that will help you learn it. On lap 1, there are some printables, like some new member printables that you're going to want to have. So these are new member printables, but everything that you do in here will help you learn something. And it is, yes, it's an education, but it is a very, very valuable education. And I'm hoping that you like the way that this is laid out and organized. Just check off after you've done something. And that way you can come back to the website each day and get a few little things done, you know. But honestly, if you're brand new, there's 5 things that we do every single day. Now, we'll teach you the management system. This is the very short version of that. You want to get in at least 64 ounces of water. Where's my water? At least 4 of these water bottles to say that you've met that component of having a perfect day. The second thing you want to do is you want to write down your foods. The third thing, we eat in a way that controls insulin. And this whole fast track lap system is going to show you all the varied and many options to do that. And then we portion control our food. We do not eat more food that fits under our 2 hands. You close your fingers up, you move your thumbs out of the way. Hey, Marlene, and you put your hands together as close as possible. You come down with your hands and you put it right over your food and you look. If you can't see your food sticking out around your hands, then you've portion controlled, okay? And then we try to give ourselves a break between meals. So you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can have up to 3 meals a day. And then if you had a moment of what we call mental weakness, because it really is a lot of times a mental game, you could have freebies, an extra, or a snack. So freebies are technically unlimited, but where I was going with my earlier comment is that I don't want you to think of them as technically unlimited. Just use it if you needed to, okay? It's not like you're trying to figure out how to get everything in that you can. We're trying to fix years of habits. And then you could have up to 1 extra in a day and up to 1 snack in a day. And we have good, better, and best in those type of days. And a lot of those little videos in there, Pamela will explain that. So I'm so glad that you are here with us tonight. Thank you for being a member. Okay, so lap 5. Let's click here. So this is going to take us to the link for freebies. Now, if you'll remember on Tuesday night when I went over the food library, I showed that there's a link to freebies, there's a link to extras, there's a link to snacks. Now, really what we like for people to see this lifestyle as is a whole foods combination program. But Shibboleth is for real people. We are not about trying to change people's habits of 180 in a day. You know, we teach people what they need to know. And if you're eating Pop-Tarts, what new Pop-Tart do you need to eat that's going to help you, not hurt you? And then as you continue to hone in your new habits, maybe you want to drop Pop-Tarts. You know, it's just going to meet you where you are in your journey. This lifestyle is for everybody. If you're a vegan, if you're a vegetarian, if you're like, I only eat whole foods, I only eat organic, I only eat non-genetically modified foods, then we are for you. That's what those 7 categories are for. If you think, okay, Diane says, until I broke old habits in the beginning, I had 3 meals, freebies, an extra, and a snack. Yep. And you can do that. And then you're still going to lose weight doing that, but then you might need to edit it. And then, you know, the sooner these habits start assimilating themselves into your life, you might be dropping some of those things. Okay, but what we really want to do is teach people how to get results using all kinds of things. But if you don't believe in using a certain thing, like let's say you don't believe in artificial sweetener, then don't use it. It's not required. Okay, so I just clicked on freebies. Let's say Amanda. So can I still have a perfect day if I have an approved snack or extra? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. So Amanda, let's see, Diane says, now I fast 12 to 16 hours, rarely have snacks, extras, or freebies. Yes, she worked herself into these new habits. Oh, yes, Amanda, for sure, you can have that. So what you don't want to do, Amanda, is you don't want to go over 3 meals in a day. And then you don't want to go over more than 1 extra and more than 1 snack. Yeah, you just don't want to go over those amounts, because if you go over those amounts, you're really going over your portion amounts for the day. Although we talk about our hand rule as the portions, that's basically for a combined meal when you sit down to eat. But if you're eating those other things, it would be going over your portion amount if you did more than those options. Because even though we don't count calories on Shibboleth, calories do count, but we don't really count them because we don't have to. We portion control to get us into the calorie deficit that we need to be in, and then we eat in a way that controls insulin. You know what that does for you? It keeps you from storing new fat. See, a lot of people don't know about not storing new fat. They do everything they can to get themselves in a calorie deficit, but then they're not eating the right way and they store new fat, and then they throw their hands up in the air saying they can't do it. And it's really just because they didn't know the secret. That gets you into a nasty, vicious cycle, and we want to get out of that nasty, vicious cycle. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I was thinking a snack meant I had to count it as a holiday. Nope. So far I haven't needed them. Yeah. You know what? And when I was in weight loss mode, I didn't do any freebies, extras, or snacks. I just did 3 meals a day because I was like excited and ready to go and everything. But now that I'm in maintenance, I typically do 3 meals a day and a snack or an extra. That's what I do now. But in weight loss mode, you know, I wanted this baby done. And so I just did that. But yeah, you can, Amanda, if you need it. And here's the thing about this, Amanda, I call it GBB, good, better, best. If you had 3 meals, freebies, an extra, and a snack, and you met all the other components, you got your water in, you journaled, everything that you ate was either approved or in the right food combination, and you had the right amount of portions, it's a perfect day. It's a good Shibboleth perfect day. Could there be a better one? Yeah. Why don't we knock out a snack? Maybe we just needed a freebie or an extra because those are lower calories. Maybe you knock out that snack. That would be an even better Shibboleth day. But one of the best would be that you just had 3 meals. So there's good, better, and best. And what's great about that is there's flexibility for the different days that we have in our lives. So we can but we don't want to go over the line. We don't want to step over the line. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so freebies. Technically, there's a lot of random things in freebies because we want you to know everything that you can use, that a lot of spices and seasonings and other things going to be in freebies. But what I want to look at specifically are those things that seem like foods that serve that purpose. And the first thing I'm going to mention right here is this AHS Chicken Bouillon. This is a product that we sell in the Shibboleth store. No one is required to buy anything from the Shibboleth store, but why do we have one? We have one because over 20 years of teaching this lifestyle, Travis has sourced some products that aren't found at the grocery store that really help with our purposes. And if you want it, you can buy it. If you don't, you don't have to. There's no requirement. But see right there, this is a fibrous carb or a freebie. So if you're using it as part of a meal or a recipe or something like that, you'd probably call that a fibrous carb. But if you're just eating it outside of a meal episode in a time that you're like, I'm going to give up this perfect day if I don't get something, then that would be called a freebie. We do not add freebies to meals, though. Keep that in mind. When you're using something that is a category 2 and a freebie in a meal, you call it a category 2. But we don't add freebies to meals. Freebies are eaten outside and away from a meal in a moment where you felt like you were going to give up. That's when you use a freebie. All right. So let's come down here. There's a couple of recipes there. Oh, why am I talking like that? What I really want to talk about is this. This is kind of like an egg drop soup. So if you were wanting something a little bit more savory than sweet, then this would be a good option. I do have this in my pantry. I do not use it up very quickly at all. When I find that I use this, I use it if I've come home and I'm like really late getting home and I don't want to eat anything before I go to bed. If I eat this, it makes me feel like I've eaten because it's savory and it will just, and it's warm. So this is a good product, AHS Chicken Bouillon. So if you're writing notes, that would be one of your 7 that you could write down for your freebies. We won't hit 7 tonight, but we want to get you started on that. And as you can see, asparagus, bell peppers, broccoli, all of those things are freebies. But remember, when we're having those with a combined meal, that those are not called freebies. You call them a category 2. Most of those are category 2. Let's hit this one real quick though. Carrots, because carrots are a category 3 energy carb or a freebie. Now, category 3 energy carbs, what sound is going off in your head right now? What sound do I want to go off in your head? Who knows? I'm going to say who knows. Diane says she likes pickles and pickled okra. Awesome. Ding, ding, ding. That's right. That's right, Amanda. Yes, that's right, Sally. Ding, ding, ding. Whenever you see a category 3, that's right, Chris. Whenever you see a category 3 or a category 5, thank you, Diane. I'm glad y'all know. That's awesome. You've just got to say, awesome, Marlene, because you just want to be aware. Are they okay to eat? Yeah, they are okay to eat, but you got to eat them in the proper way so that they don't have the insulin impact on your body. Okay, so it's an energy carb. If you are eating carrots that are cooked, they are energy carbs. Okay, and you need to eat those with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Now, what I'm going to talk about though is like a freebie. If you want to eat a little small palmful, of those raw baby carrots, you can call that a freebie. Okay, so you can call that a freebie if you're eating those. Now, those are aside from a meal. That'd be eaten by itself. Okay, if you're eating it with a meal, you need to call that an energy carb. All right, let's hit the show more button. And look, there's even some other chicken bouillon, any brand that works. But why do I like this one up here? Why do I like this AHS chicken bouillon? Because it's got a lot of fiber in it. And I don't know about that other one. I haven't looked at it. Okay. If you like pickles, dill pickles, or any sugar-free pickles, those are a great freebie for most people. Dill pickles are also a category 2 fibrous carb. So, let's say you make yourself a turkey wrap. Maybe you get some turkey, get some Olay Extreme Wellness high fiber tortilla. Maybe you even put some lettuce or some spinach in there. Put some light mayo or some mustard. And let's see, Diane says you can dip carrots in Walden Farms Ranch for a freebie. Yes, because that's 0 calorie. That's a good idea. So let's say that you put a meal together, you could have pickles next to it as a little side item. You would call that a category 2. It's only called a freebie when you're eating it in a moment where you're like, I'm going to give up. So I just want to make sure y'all know the difference on that. Okay, let's come down here and look. Oh, gum. Gum is an excellent freebie. I mean, I have gum. Guess where the gum sits? In the car, in the cabinet, in the pantry. I set gum all around because even now, after 2.5 years, I will still walk to the pantry sometimes and go, oh, what's in there? Get your butt out of there. And so, but what I like to do is I see the gum sitting there. I go, gum, gum and go. Get your gum and go. So I always try to keep those things sitting around those places where I might be looking for something. So gum's always good. Of course, sugar-free. I want to point out too, let's see, can I only have one piece? Oh no, I just chew gum, Sally. I don't think there's any. Let's see if it says anything. It says 1 stick of gum, but I would eat it as much as I need. I would eat it as much as I need. Now, let's talk about egg whites. Okay. Egg whites are a category 1 lean protein, and you're welcome. And do you know what makes a lot of our recipes work? It's simply that in the recipe, we've gone from a whole egg to an egg white, and that helps a whole ton of recipes work. And if you're making a casserole and some other things like that, by the way, if you like breakfast casseroles, the one in the recipe called Best Breakfast Casserole is my favorite. That thing is good. Everybody loves that. And I use egg whites in it instead of whole eggs. Prior to Shibboleth, I would have made something similar, but I would have used whole eggs. Well, now I just switch it over to the egg whites and it's great. It does the same thing. But this one's also a freebie. Now, what I want to say about the egg whites is, this is going to be funny. Nobody ever pushed back from the table and said, dang, I've been having too many egg whites. Okay. So you can eat as many egg whites as you need, and they're going to give you tons of protein, which is going to be absolutely awesome. All right. Now, I figured out that I don't particularly like scrambled egg whites. Now, I like an egg white omelet, and I love a boiled egg. So what I would do, I boil eggs in my air fryer, y'all, so I don't have to deal with the boiling. But anyway, I'll put eggs in the air fryer, and then I'll just have them boiled and ready. And when I'm ready to eat them, if I'm eating it like as a freebie, I throw the yolk away and just eat that because I love the texture of a boiled egg white. So, like a hard-boiled egg white. So there's lots of different things, and everybody has to figure out things for themselves. And you'll figure those kind of things out. But egg whites, nobody ever backed away from the table saying I've had too many egg whites. Okay, I'll see if I can find one more. Specifically want to mention that sugar-free Jell-O that Diane talked about, because that will give you something really quick and sweet if you like sweet. And like you got all kinds of little, see, it's like ground ginger, ground cloves, just showing you, feel free to use all of those things. I have read everything in this. Now, it was years ago when I read all of this, but I really want to go back and read it all again. Oh, I love this McCormick. Oh, I got to talk about this. There's a restaurant in my city that uses this on their hamburgers. So it's the steak seasoning. It is absolutely delicious, but we use it on burgers. But then I went and bought that same seasoning as the chicken seasoning, and I didn't like it at all. So basically what you do want to do is just start scanning through there and look and see the things that you like. Okra is a freebie. And look, there's Plexus Slim as a freebie. And the reason I like to point that out is because what Shibboleth doesn't do is we do not discriminate against other food products. If a food product works, then we're going to put it in here. So, I mean, we've got Optavia products in here. We've got Arbonne. We've got Plexus, all kinds of stuff. So if their products work for the lifestyle, you can still use them. It's the whole lifestyle of Shibboleth that you're getting with a membership here. We just tell you what foods will work. So anyway, that's all about freebies. Let's have a look now at extras. 1 extra per day is allowed, but it is not necessarily expedient. Just because something is allowed doesn't mean that it's required. Keep in mind that it is better to have an extra than give up a perfect day in a moment of mental weakness. It is still counted as a perfect day, and you are still in EFB, baby. So we're going to click here and we're going to go to extras. Now, a general rule of thumb for extras is that it's going to be around 40 calories or less. And it's going to have a very low, if any, blood sugar impact on your body. Now, what I do want you to know is that just because I kind of gave you that little calorie amount, it doesn't mean that anything can be used as an extra. So for example, I often say this, people will ask me, what's an extra? I'll say something a little extra. Kind of like you picked up the Andes mint as you went out of the restaurant. That's just something a little extra, isn't it? It's just a little taste. It's just something a little extra. And that's what an extra is. And maybe it's that taste that gets you through that moment. Then you can move on and continue having a great EFB day. But just because I said, oh, it's around 40 calories, this is not approved. Unless you found the sugar-free somehow ones. But anyway, this is not approved. It would have to be an approved extra. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of approved extras. But one of the most popular extras is this one. A quarter cup of that Olay Mexican cheese dip. Now, what I like to point out about this cheese is if you're using fat-free cheese, they're typically a category 1 lean protein. But if you're eating a protein plus fat, they are a category 4 protein plus fat. I'm sorry, if you're eating anyway, a fattier cheese that is approved is a category 4 protein plus fat. This does not say that this is a lean protein, and it doesn't say that it's a protein plus fat. This is legit used as an extra. So what Travis has done is he's made some judgment calls like, okay, what are things that people are really going to want, and they can make them happy, can get them results, and they're going to enjoy that. This is one of those, so it's an extra. What I'll do sometimes is I will take an approved portion of Beanitos and then the approved portion of this Mexican cheese dip, and I will have a little eating episode. Do you know that if you're just trying to do 3 eating episodes in a day, that an extra and a snack at the same time could be an eating episode? That'd be all right. You could do that. So I really like to point that one out. The other thing that I really like and look, if you like sugar-free gummy bears, let's see. It's a snack or an extra. 6 gummy bears would be an extra, and 11 gummy bears would be a snack. Let's come down here. And there are some other energy drinks that, depending on how many you're going to use of them, they would need to be called an extra. So for example, if we were to use these Celsius on the go packets, up to 3 would be an extra. But if you have 1 of these packets, you could just call that a freebie. But if you're doing up to 3, it would need to count as an extra because you're getting more up there close to that 40 calorie range. Okay. And honestly, you don't need more than 3 of those in a day anyway, because you just don't. Okay. Now, I like to use these things as extras. These are a Choco Right product. I really like the peanut butter patties, the milk chocolate pecan clusters, and I've really been eating these crispy caramels lately. Now, do you notice how the weight loss meter is 0 on a lot of these things? That's because even though they will help with weight loss because we're not eating insulin producing foods, no snack or no extra is super duper great for weight loss. So the weight loss meter is going to be a 0, and that's based on how you're using it. So most things go to a 0 if it's a snack or an extra. But these are really good. Let me talk about these real quick. This is, you can find these in our store as well. And there's a little store button right up there at the top. But if you eat one of these patties, that would be an extra, because look, it says only 35 calories per piece. So there's a piece. So you could do one as an extra. When you open up this box, they come in packages of 2 pieces. If you ate 2 packages, which would be 4 pieces, that would actually be a snack. Now, one of the things that I see people do with this ever so often is if you like that little taste of dessert after a meal, I've seen people take those 4 and they'll split that up. They'll have half a snack after lunch and half a snack after dinner, or one after each meal and then have 2 at night. So you could even, you don't have to eat it all at the same time. You could do it that other way. Now, yeah, you can do it that other way. You'll learn more in advanced classes about other things, but all right, so those are really good. But now I want to go and show you something. These Fudgesicle no sugar added fudge pops as an extra. That's fun. But I'm coming down here to the Healthwise high protein hot chocolate. High protein hot chocolate. Let's see. Oh goodness, I would be in trouble. Those look great. Yes, they are really, really good. Okay, look, we've even got some Halo Top light ice cream mini pops as an extra, guacamole, depending on the guacamole. You could do a Healthwise high protein soup as an extra if you needed it. But what I really want to talk about is this one. This is a high protein hot chocolate. Look at all the categories that it's in. It's a lean protein. It can be used as a snack. It can be used as an extra or a meal replacement. So when something has a lot of different ways to use it, you just scroll down here and look at the description. Now, I have used this in several different ways. I've done 1 serving of this with Bio Coffee before. I've done 1 serving of this with Beverly Ump, which is a protein shake. I've done that before, but more often than not, I use this as an extra. I use it as an extra because it's yummy to sip on something and it lasts a long time. So I like to use those as an extra. They're a -3 on the weight loss meter. As an extra, yeah, it's probably, we're just going to call it a 0. Okay. Not going to help you, not going to hurt you. But this is really, really good. And if you're going to go to find this in our store, I would highly recommend that you buy the canister. It is the better value. But the other ones have more flavors. So if you like a mint flavor or a vanilla flavor or a marshmallow flavor, you know, like the packets of hot chocolate, then you can buy them in the box. But if you just don't mind just the regular hot chocolate, you can do that. Now, the reason I am pointing this out as an extra is look what the calories are, 80. But earlier I said that most extras aren't more than 40. Why is this one 80? Well, look at the protein amount, 15 grams of protein. This it's going to have very low impact on blood sugar, and Travis is making a judgment call based on how it could really help people with the use of a product. And so there's not many like this. This one is one like that. Bio Coffee can be used as an extra, and the Cocoa Ringa can be used as an extra. In fact, let's head back over there. Let me show you those. Oh, don't know why they don't have the Bio Coffee there. That's odd. So look, this, because it's not showing up there, I'm going to just find it right here. Bio Coffee. Bio Coffee is a snack. It's also a low blood sugar snack. but it's also can be used as an extra. See how right down here, it just didn't say extra up there, but I learned that it could be an extra if it is listed down here. So I would use this as an extra. But this, the reason that this is good is because it's the only alkaline coffee on the market. So it's more like an instant coffee. It does not have caffeine in it. It already has, creamer and everything in it. And people go seriously nuts over this bio coffee. But why is it so good? The alkalinity of it is really good. So the bio coffee is good for an extra. Let's see how many calories are in it. 78. See, it went up there a little bit. And then let's look up the moringa hot chocolate. We call it cocoa ringa. And cocoa ringa is different from the high protein hot chocolate. See how this protein is 9.8? The high protein hot chocolate has 15 grams of protein. This can be used as an extra as well, very similar to the bio coffee. See, this has 71 calories in it. But this food and bio coffee are really like superfood, high quality health products, and the high protein hot chocolate is more like a weight loss product. Okay, so you just kind of want to keep those things in mind. So those are some really great extras in my opinion. Okay, so now we're going to check that off, and I really do want you to find 7 extras that you like. Now let's have a look at snacks. 1 snack per day is allowed, but you're going to get the point of me reading this again, but it's not necessarily expedient. Just because something is allowed doesn't mean that it's required. Keep in mind that it is better to have an approved snack than give up a perfect day in a moment of mental weakness. It is still counted as a perfect day, and you are still in EFB, baby. You can find hundreds of approved snacks listed here, and you can have it at any time of day. So let's click there. There are a lot of people that will have a little bit of Halo Top ice cream for their snack at night, every night. Pinky did that, and she lost 138 pounds. So snacks. Nuts and seeds can be used as a snack. I've got some other random things that don't seem snacky, but I want you to see them. These Applegate natural gluten-free chicken nuggets are a snack. Now look, this is a product that you might think would fall into a meal replacement or a category number, but it doesn't. Based on its nutrition, you can use it as a snack, up to 7 nuggets as a snack. Now notice this. It is a +1 on the weight loss meter. So could you find better options? You could. But are these good? Yes. And these would be a better option for kids. I also like this one. I eat this one more than chicken nuggets. Corn dog. I mean, you get to have a corn dog as a snack. And this corn dog is good. So you're getting your cornbread, you're getting your hot dog, and it's delicious. So it's a snack. Now it's a +1 on the weight loss meter, okay? Just keep in mind that you can make that judgment call, but 0, well, for weight loss, really your more negative numbers are better. But I wouldn't get hyper obsessed with that. If you're having a hankering for a corn dog, guess what you know now? You know which corn dogs will work, and you know how to use it. You could use it as a snack. Dip it in some mustard if you want to. That's a freebie. Okay, Atkins caramel chocolate nut roll bar. I had one of these today as a snack, and I really like the peanut one, the peanut nut roll. It's just like a payday. This is more like a Baby Ruth or Snickers type thing, and the other one's like a payday. It's a snack. 1 bar is a snack, and they're delicious. We have a whole entire link to Atkins. A lot of their products work, but keep in mind they're not always like low weight loss meter stuff. The Nutty Fudge Brownie is good. Y'all remember those little Debbie ones that look like that? That's very similar. This is kind of like filling a void. So if you like those and you were eating those before, then this could fill that void. But you know what I find? That, I'll buy these once, I'll eat on them for a little bit, and then I'll finish that box off. And then I may not hit that and buy that for another 6 months or so. I might be, enjoying something else. Okay, let's talk about this. Chips. Beanitos are a great brand. So you've got the Beanitos Baked Bean Crunch. If you really liked like a puffy Cheetos, that's what these are. Now this is ding, 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 energy carb. So if you're going to eat these as part of a meal, you should have it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb, but it can also be used as a snack. And so it just says 10 to 12 cheese puffs is a category 3, or 1 heaping handful is a snack. Now I know that we don't eat energy carbs by themselves, but there's been a judgment call made there and you can do that. Beanitos baked bean chips. These are really good. Now I really like these if you're wanting to scoop some cheese, or maybe you've made some approved taco meat and you just want to eat it like nachos and scoop it up. Then I will use these, because they're firmer and you can actually scoop. Whereas Quest chips, and I want to show you something. See, this is an energy carb and a snack, and you got your portions there. I want to show protein, 5 grams of protein. Let's go and look up Quest. I'm gonna look up Quest chips. I just typed in Quest because it'll pull up everything with Quest in it, and then I can make sure I get to the right thing. Okay, so did you notice how that other product was a category 3 and a snack? And a snack. Yeah, I do too, Chris. Look, this loaded taco right here, you can taste lettuce in it. It's crazy. The chili lime one, there's a chili lime one. It's hot. So you like hot, you can do it. I won't buy that one again. I like warm. That one scalded my tongue. Meal replacement or perfect pairing. These are just some different thought processes about eating these things. So you can buy these in our store here. So look at this. It's a snack, which would mean 1 bag. It's also a meal replacement. If you ate 2 of these bags, you can call it a meal replacement. Do you know what I say about that? If I'm feeling a little chippy, I'll sit in my recliner, pop my feet up, watch a movie, eat 2 bags of these and call it a meal. Used to, I would have eaten a meal and all the chips too. Now I'm like, no, I don't have to do all of that, because I always felt like, oh, you're supposed to have the meal, but now I just let all that, I just freed myself up from all of that. And if I'm feeling a little chippy, I eat that there. Yes, great question, Amanda. What is a perfect pairing? So a perfect pairing is something that does not meet the combination chart. Okay, so it's not something that you're going to find on the combination chart, but it has still been determined that it will work. So let's come down right here. And it says you can have 2 bags as a -1 weight loss meter meal replacement, or 1 bag as a 0 weight loss meter snack. See how it changed the weight loss meter based on how you're using it? Because snacks, they're not that great for weight loss. So they're just showing you these nuances to help you make decisions. Or perfect pairing with any meal combination that does not include a 3 or a 5. So this just makes a really great side item for chips, or for sandwiches or wraps and things like that. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll make myself a taco salad and crumble these over the top, and it'll give me, kind of like a fun Mexican crouton. So a perfect pairing is something that does not follow the combination chart, but if you do it as described, it will still work fine for weight loss. That's what perfect pairing is. But where my point was in coming to this chip after the Beanitos is that these are very thin. They taste great, but they're very thin. I really can't even hardly dip these in the white cheese dip. So if I'm really wanting a fun dipping experience, I will use Beanitos. But what I will do with these is I will crunch them up. Sounds weird. I'll crunch them up, put them in my quarter cup of cheese dip, and just eat it with a spoon. That's just as good. I'll mix it all up in there and just eat that with a spoon. And it's a snack and a meal replacement. It's a snack and an extra at that point. Now, but watch this right here. How many grams of protein did I say that those Beanitos had? Anybody remember that? They had 5. But look how many this has. 19. And I've seen the bags that say even 18 to 20. Yeah, Chris, it was 5. So 19. How many more grams is that? There's 14 more grams of protein in these chips than the others. But that's where you have to, you'll learn these things for yourself and you'll go, ooh, I want the more protein. Oh, this is going to be more filling. This is why this can be used as a meal replacement where those other Beanitos cannot. They don't bring enough protein to the meal. See, y'all have got 20 years of somebody's life's work handed to you in this Shibboleth membership. That's what's so brilliant about having a membership with Shibboleth. All these little things are at your fingertips. And then you learn why, like you might have thought, oh, well, I could do Beanitos as a meal replacement. Nope. They don't bring enough protein to the meal. So it can't be used like that. But it's a judgment call on like, am I dipping today and I'm going to have fun? Then yes, I might need a firmer chip. If I'm making nachos, then I might need a firmer chip. If I'm just eating chips, then it might be okay. If I want to crumble these up, you could dip these in salsa and it would be okay. But I'm telling you, I dip these in cheese dip and they just break every time because they're thinner. All right, so let's so I want you to find at least 7 snacks that you like. Now we're going to talk about meal replacements. These meals are a perfect combination of the fiber, protein, carbs, etc., that make up a complete meal. In weight loss, it is best to use -2, -3 meal replacements. Now, because I have already linked the spot in the food library that I want you to go to, I've already chosen the -2, -3 for you. But when you go into the food library on your own, like when you're not in Fast Track anymore, you aren't going to go into the food library through Fast Track. You're going to go to the food library right here in your resources, foods, and recipes. But what I did right here is I went ahead and linked it directly to only -2, -3. And meal replacements, they're great for those days where we need something quick and easy. And there are people that tell me, oh, I'm a picky eater. And so what in my mind a picky eater means is they just don't like a lot of vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. They just don't like a lot of that. Let me just tell you, this lifestyle works for a picky eater. I'm kind of picky. So I like meal replacements a lot myself, but I mix it in with whole foods as well. I don't go overboard one way or the other. Okay, one of the things that I really like is these AHS pancakes. AHS stands for Advanced Health Systems, and it's specifically made for weight loss. So this is a snack, a meal replacement, or a perfect pairing. So let me come down here to the description because this is where it's going to tell you what things are like. Let's see. Chris says, I like a meal replacement when she has to be on the road. Yes, that's awesome. 2 packages of this as a meal. I tend to use this as a meal. It would be a -3 on the weight loss meter. If you did 1 package of these with half a cup of egg whites, you could call it a -3 weight loss meter. And you would also, that'd be a perfect pairing. 1 package with 1 egg, now that means whole egg, or, now that's or, not both, 2 pieces of proof sausage. That would be a perfect pairing too. And that's -2 on the weight loss meter. Or if you just had 1 package of these alone as a snack, it would be a +1 on the weight loss meter. Oh, and while we're here, just look, there's little nuggets that you'll find all over the place in the website. There's some videos that go along with that particular product. And if you scroll down below, if there are any recipes that are linked to that product, then they are right there. Oh, wait a second. Sausage pancake muffins. Hang on. I got to see what that is. Sausage pancake muffins. 1 package of AHS pancake mix, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumbles. Those are a protein plus fat. 1/4 cup of water and sugar-free syrup. Yum. Okay, let me add that to my grocery list. I'm gonna heart that. Okay. So I like the pancakes. This, everybody needs to know about a Mighty Muffin. A Mighty Muffin is simply a meal replacement. We sell a lot of variety in our store. You can find these too at Walmart, but they don't carry as much variety. They kind of carry the ones that sell the most. They sell, you know, peanut butter, double chocolate, blueberry, stuff like that. But we carry a lot of them. And one of my favorites right now is lemon cream. It tastes like Fruity Pebbles. When you get yourself a little cream chip in the lemon and everything, it's so good. But I love the blueberry, the double chocolate as well. But then there's s'mores and there's cinnamon roll and all kinds of different flavors. It's just a meal replacement. And so you would eat it as a meal replacement. Yes, you can make these into waffles. I tend to make them into, okay, it depends on what I'm doing with it. If it's a blueberry or a lemon cream, I just pop it in the microwave and I'm good to go. If it is a double chocolate, I will use a ready to drink protein shake that's a chocolate flavor as my liquid in this. And it just kind of umps up the chocolate flavor. But what I do is I pour it into 3 pancakes on the griddle and I don't flip it. I let it sit there until it crisps up the bottom, and then the top is kind of like a molten lava cake. And I grab it like that and I eat it, and it's just, ooh, it's so good. And let me just tell you, I found out that by accident when I had poured them on the griddle and came in my office and started doing work. You know how you'll forget about stuff going on in the kitchen? And I went, oh my goodness, those things are in there. And I ran in there and I thought, oh, well, they still look good. So I used my spatula and I got them off and set them on my little plate. And I went over and sat down. And I'm like, oh my goodness, these things are delicious. So that's how I make my double chocolate ones now. But blueberry and lemon cream, I just pop in the microwave. Let's see, Amanda, I just ordered some yesterday. I can't wait to get them and try them. Yes, and Amanda, I don't know which ones you ordered, and everybody's taste buds are different. But if by chance you don't like one, don't assume that you won't like all of them, because there's some that I've tried that I'm like, that was just okay. So keep trying them and, you know, figure out all the ones that you like. That happens with a lot of things. You know, you have to kind of go through and figure this out. But I probably ate 20 Mighty Muffins in my first 20 days. Why? Why would I do that? They tasted good. They were easy. They were keeping me in EFB, and they were fully satisfying me, you know, from one meal to the next. So they're really a good product. The next thing I want to show you before we move over to void replacements, and we're going to finish up right at 8:30 because Travis has a video going on tonight called the Surrender Group, and I want us to be able to do that. But let's look right here. Hemp bars. Took me about 6 months to try one of these because I thought, I don't know about that hemp stuff. Ooh, wish I had tried them earlier, but they are so delicious. So it can be used as a snack or a meal replacement, and it can be a low blood sugar snack. 1/3 of the bar is a meal replacement. 1/4 of the bar would be a snack. I do not use this as a snack. I use this as a meal replacement. So this is a 12-inch bar. I cut it at 4 inches and 8 inches. I literally pull out the ruler. I've got a little soft, you know, flappy ruler in my cabinet. I pull it down. I lay it there. I pop off that little plastic lid. I cut it at 4 inches and I cut it at 8 inches. I go ahead and get 1/3 out, pop on my little plastic lid, push it back on the counter. And then the next morning, oh, I love the walnut ones, Chris. Walnuts taste like a walnut brownie to me. These pecans are so good. I love all the nut ones, and it helps me get nut stuff in because I love nuts. In fact, I love nuts. I could get like bags of nuts, that kind of thing. It's It's not real smart to do that. But I get nuts on this. And then I'll eat the second third, I'll eat it the next morning, and that next morning I'll eat a third, and then I finished up my hemp bar, and then I might go over to a Mighty Muffin, or I might make myself an egg white spinach omelet, or, you know, some whole eggs with some approved toast, or, you know, something like that. I just make it be a variety, but I typically eat one hemp bar in a week, you know, over a week's time. But they have dried fruit ones too. So because you got to be more careful in weight loss mode with fruit, if you're wanting to get some fruit in, if you're that fruit lover, we can get those in. They've got pineapple and coconut and strawberry and blueberry and mango and dates and all kinds of stuff. They're delicious, delicious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just I do want you to find at least 7 meal replacements before you check these little boxes off, okay? But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at void replacements, and this is real easy to talk about because we kind of have been talking about it in these. But check here to find approved replacements for some of your favorite things to avoid having an unplanned holiday. So what's a void replacement? A void replacement is one of those things that would replace something that feels like a void. Maybe you miss popcorn, or maybe you miss ice cream. Well, all of this stuff can be eaten on Shibboleth. Do you know that even unapproved stuff can be eaten on Shibboleth? It just happens on a holiday. What we're doing now is we're managing the days on which we're going to eat certain things. On a perfect day, you do approved foods. On a holiday, you can do unapproved foods. But, you know, if you're just, what I would do in this particular case with this void replacement is I would just kind of scroll down here, and then maybe you go, oh, well, what do we use for butter? Okay, do not eat that. I like the Brummel and Brown yogurt butter right here. You could use ghee clarified butter, and there's just another link to another clarified butter. So there's that. Maybe you come down here and you go, oh, what would we use instead of Chips Ahoy cookies? Okay, we could do the Fit protein cookie, Buff Bake crunchy protein cookies, which by the way were discontinued. Unfortunately, they were delicious. I need to remove those. Health-wise cookies, Murray sugar-free chocolate chip cookies, the No Cow protein cookie, Quest protein cookie, Sinister Labs SinFit protein cookie. I've never even heard of some of those things, but you can click on them, see the picture, find out more about them. Or maybe you come down here and you go, oh, I love jelly beans. What would I use instead of jelly beans? You could use Jelly Belly sugar-free jelly beans. So it's just going to tell you what to use in place of some of our old favorites, okay? So you just kind of look through there as a guide. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do this is I'm going to show you how to register for Travis's class. If you have not registered yet for Travis's class, you can go right here to the pink online webinars tab. This is going to be a great, if you are not local to Kennesaw, just click here. Okay, if you're local to Kennesaw, I'd click right here because this is also going to show you the upcoming in-person events, all right? But this will be all of the live online webinars, and this would include the upcoming in-person events, which happen twice a week, every week. And I have the Christmas party in there too. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, do you see where it says Thursday, surrender and accountability meeting? You can click right there to register for that meeting and go over there and listen to Travis tonight. I hope that y'all have had a great time learning. And if you don't have a membership, if somehow you are here and you're like, what did I get my hands on? Please know we would love for you to join. It's $50 for a year. You get access to all that information and all the education, and the community is wonderful. I personally have lost 50 pounds, kept that off now for over 2 years, and I feel so empowered with all of it. So I would love for you to join us. You're welcome, Amanda. Glad you were here. You're welcome, Marlene. Thank you all. And in the morning around 7:30, 7:40-ish Eastern time, I go live on the Shibboleth public page. So make sure you've liked that page and you set your notifications to all live notifications for that. All right. Y'all have a great night.